Yes, I am quite aware I am wearing the same thing as in my last video. I'm filming this on the same day just to clear that up. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to do a talking video. I haven't done one for a while, okay? And yeah, this is quite an interesting one. It's what if. So in life we often think what if. For example, what if I didn't get to the toilet on time? Of all the things, Susie, that was the first thing that popped into your head? Anyway, yeah, we always think of what ifs. What if, what if, what if? Well, I also have some what ifs for the wizarding world. Now, some of these, well, they aren't going to make sense to the story, but they are quite cool, like, what if? Like, yeah, what if that happened instead of that? So, yeah, I have a little list of what ifs. There are tons that I could reel off, but this video would last for days. So I've just picked some randomly that I would share with you, and what I want you to do is I want you to share your what ifs in the comments below. So yeah, if you want to hear my what ifs, then keep on watching. And if this is the first time you're seeing my face, hello and welcome to my channel. If you would like to become a Potter Poppet with us, please click that subscribe button and don't forget to hit that notification bell so you're notified every time I upload a video. But yeah, let's get what if in. Okay, so my first what if Snape didn't die? What if he didn't die? Let me tell you what I imagine would have happened, okay? Because I do think this would have been a scene in the film if he didn't die. So at the end of the Battle of Hogwarts, you know, when everybody's sort of, they're not really relaxed, people have died and things, you know, it was tragic. But, you know, it's all over. People are like, okay, it's over. Let's just take in what just happened. I imagine Snape walking up to Harry, as he does, in that unfriendly manner. But then I imagine him smiling at Harry, just giving him a little smile, because obviously Snape doesn't believe he deserves a big smile. And I imagine him explaining, I imagine them walking off together, and this scene of Snape explaining to Harry everything, apart from the fact that he thought his mum was fit. I don't think he'd explain that bit, but I just think he'd explain that he was on their side. I mean, obviously he can't really explain, you know, condoning the bullying and all that. I mean, obviously we don't condone that, and obviously that was wrong. Again, it won't make sense, but I just imagine him explaining everything to Harry, even though Harry works it all out. I just imagine Snape giving that explanation, if that makes sense. But I do think that would have been a scene in the film if Snape didn't die. What if Voldemort did kill Malfoy? Now, let's just face it, we're going to think of this for a minute. Malfoy had a really slim chance of surviving, okay? So, obviously, if he didn't take this challenge on that Voldemort wanted him to do of killing Dumbledore, he was going to kill him, right? If he'd killed Dumbledore, he was going to kill him. Because, obviously, like we saw, Snape killed Dumbledore. He made the unbreakable vow, and obviously that saved Malfoy. And then obviously Voldemort killed Snape because the wand wasn't true to Voldemort, because he believed it belonged to Snape. So he killed him off so that he thought he then was the true owner of the wand. But it wasn't. It was Malfoy all along that was true. The wand was true to. Obviously at first it was Harry's in the end, but you know what I mean. So Malfoy was going to die either way. But what if as well Snape had died before Draco and that scene where Dumbledore died? If Snape had died before then, Malfoy had a very slim chance. A very slim chance. There was no wonder he was so messed up in that film. What if Lily and James didn't die? Oh my gosh, could you imagine? Could you? I know the story would be different. Like, obviously, I said at the beginning, none of this would make sense, but we're just imagining how life would have been so different for Harry. Oh, you know, when he's little, you know, Hogsmeade trips with his mum for some sweets and honeydukes, Quidditch matches with his dad, camping trips. Do witches and wizards go camping? But, you know, would have been so different for him. He would have known about magic. Would he have been quite clever in school? I mean, obviously he passed everything. He did okay, but would he have done better? You know, living with a Muggle family that hate him and didn't even tell him he was a wizard, and he still did well. But then if Lily and oh my gosh, could you imagine? It would have been so different for him, wouldn't it? What if, eh? What if Tom Riddle never made Horcruxes? What if he didn't? How much sooner would he have died? Now, he would have still been a dark wizard, a strong dark wizard. But how sooner would he have died? That's an interesting thought. What if Barty Crouch Jr. had enough Polyjuice potion to stay as Mad-Eye Moody, and Mad-Eye Moody was never found, he was stayed left in that trunk? How different would it have been for Harry? Because obviously Barty Crouch Jr. as Mad-Eye Moody was trying to get close to him, so he would have kept that relationship with him. And how, oh my gosh, how different would it have been? Would Harry have died, like, properly? I know he died, but properly, I mean properly. Yeah. I am dripping with sweat. It's unbelievable. What if Harry didn't make it to that last challenge in the Triwizard Tournament? Would Cedric still be alive as well? Did Voldemort have a plan B? What if Harry had died along with his parents? Voldemort wouldn't have vanished and be weak. He would have succeeded. I mean, I wonder how the wizarding world would have been if Voldemort succeeded, Harry was gone. I wonder, oh my gosh, there'd have been a lot more deaths, obviously. I wonder how dark the wizarding world would have been, you know, if Harry had died along with them, and he wouldn't obviously be weak then, and he would have succeeded. That's a crazy thought. And would the Muggle world still be around? Because obviously that was the whole thing. They hated Muggles. And it was just all about purebloods and this, that and the other. How different would it have been? But we still have Dumbledore, and Voldemort's afraid of Dumbledore. So would Dumbledore have fought? I know he did fight, but you know what I mean. If Harry wasn't here, would Dumbledore have took it all on, fought him, and succeeded? And I wonder if Harry did die along with his parents, and Voldemort obviously didn't vanish and go weak, would Snape have still been a Death Eater? Do you know what I mean? Would he have still been a Death Eater out of fear? Who knows? What if Voldemort still had a nose? I think that's why he's so angry all the time. And I think he wants Harry because he wants his nose. I think I've hit the nail on the head with that one. What if Harry, Ron and Hermione never became friends? What if they never hit it off, never got on? Oh my gosh. I imagine... Right, this is how I imagine. If that was the case, this is how I imagine their lives in Hogwarts. I imagine Harry being with Neville and Luna, and everything obviously would still go on as it was. But I think, because obviously in the earlier years, Neville would have been useless. We didn't meet Luna obviously till a bit later on. But I think they would have been a perfect team as well. So yeah, I think that's where Harry would be. Hermione, I imagine her hanging around with a lot of Ravenclaws, because we're intelligent. I imagine her protesting a lot. I don't know why. I just imagine her protesting a lot. I can't stand this heat. Ron, I don't know really where I could see Ron. I could probably see him failing school. If I'm quite honest, I'm sorry, Ron. I'm sorry, alright? He's clever in other ways, but no, I don't think he'd have done as well in school. Maybe not fail completely. But yeah, I don't imagine. I think maybe he'd hang around with Seamus and that a bit more. Yeah, that's probably where I'd see Ron. But yeah, what if they didn't all get on? How different would it be? What if Snape was the complete opposite in attitude towards Harry? It would just be weird to see. Could you imagine? Well done, Harry. 5 points to Gryffindor. I'm really rubbish at impressions, okay. What if when Harry used flu powder for that first time at the Weasleys, when he said diagonally instead of Diagon, I've got hair everywhere, Diagon Alley, what if he ended up somewhere completely different? I mean, because he'd have the trace on him, they'd find him eventually. But how funny would that have been? Speaking of that, it is really weird how, saying diagonally, he happened to turn up in Nocturne Alley. It would have been funny if it ended up somewhere completely different, like, I don't know, in Africa or something. What if, in The Prisoner of Azkaban, Peter Pettigrew was caught and Sirius was obviously finally found innocent? Harry would have lived with Sirius. Oh my gosh, the rest of them years would have been amazing. He wouldn't have to live with the Dursleys. He'd be with someone that he loved, that loved him, his godfather. Oh, it'd be amazing. But thinking about it then, if Sirius still died in the Order of the Phoenix, then he'd be back at square one. But let's not think about that. Let's not think about that. What if, just what if, that would have been amazing for him if he'd lived with Sirius. What if Dudley grew up with Harry on his side instead of against him? Now, would Mr. and Mrs. Dursley have been a bit different towards Harry? Because obviously everybody treated Harry so bad. But obviously Mr. and Mrs. Dursley were so scared of Dudley. They were petrified of the lad. So if Dudley had been nice to Harry, I know obviously Petunia had her, you know, things against her sister, but like I said, because they feared their son and how he was going to act and stuff like that because he'd kick off, maybe they would have been a lot nicer. I don't know. But yeah, what if Dudley was nice to Harry? Okay, and my last what if, guys. What if Dumbledore didn't make it to Harry's hearing on time? What would have happened? Would Harry, because I mean Harry was sat there at his hearing, he didn't know what he was doing, he wasn't winning nothing, but obviously Dumbledore comes strolling in and saved the day. But yeah, I think if Dumbledore didn't make it on time, I think it would have been solved in a different way and Harry would have let back in the end, maybe, but you don't know, do you? What if he didn't make it on time? What would have happened? Oh my gosh, this heat. I'm sorry if sweat on my face is showing on camera. Okay, Potter Puppets, that is the end of today's video. I really hoped you enjoyed it. I hope you found my what ifs interesting. Please, if you have any what ifs, let me know in the comments because I'd love to read them and talk to you about them. Talk to me about the ones I've said. You know, let's have a natter. But yeah, that's the end of today's video, guys. I will speak to you all in my next video. Bye, Potter Puppets.